إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وارزقنا اللهم العلم النافع المثمر للعمل الصالح. ورحب بكم أيها الأحبة في هذه المجالس في شهر رمضان المبارك. I welcome all of you, my beloved ones, in this series of Ramadan here in the ICPB. Alhamdulillah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us beneficial knowledge that produces righteous actions. And we ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us and you from the trials and tribulations. We ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us firm on His path, the path that leads to the Jannah. لا شك أننا ما زلنا في هذه الأيام الفاضلات، الأيام العشر الأواخر من رمضان، وهي فرصة عظيمة ومناسبة طيبة مباركة علينا أن نستغلها فيما يعود علينا بالنفع العظيم في الدارين، في هذه الدار وفي الدار الآخرة. The last 10 days and nights of Ramadan, as we heard yesterday, is a great opportunity, a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we should utilize and take advantage of. But they're going to come quickly and they're going to come to an end. But alhamdulillah, we should strive harder and be upon obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make efforts. It's all Allah wants from us, to make efforts, inshallah ta'ala, everyone according to his means. We as Muslims, alhamdulillah, we hope and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from the people of Jannah. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل الجنة يا رب العالمين. صلى الله أن يجعلنا وإياكم من أهل الجنة وأن يقينا وإياكم عذاب النار. But the Jannah Allah has promised for certain people. أي نعم. نعم للجنة أعمال لا بد أن نعملها. So when it comes to getting into the Jannah, then we should know that there is certain deeds that lead to the Jannah. If you ask about the deeds that one must do in order to obtain the Jannah, or the path to take in order to reach it, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has indeed clarified it in what He has revealed in His Quran. Once again, we're reading from one of the talks of the great Imam Al-Allama Muhammad ibn Salih ibn Uthaymin رحمه الله تعالى وغفر له ولوالديه ولوالدينا ووالديكم من المسلمين والمسلمات آمين. قال الله تعالى: وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة. الله أكبر. وسارعوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها السماوات والأرض أعدت لمن؟ للمتقين. الله لم يقل للأغنياء، لم يقل للعرب ولا غير العرب، قال أعدت للمتقين. من هم؟ فذكر الله بعض صفاتهم في هذه الآيات في سورة آل عمران: الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين. كذلك من صفاتهم والذين إذا فعلوا فاحشة. الله لم يقل الذين لا يفعلوا الفاحشة، قال والذين إذا فعلوا فاحشة أو ظلموا أنفسهم ماذا يفعلون هؤلاء؟ ذكروا الله فاستغفروا لذنوبهم ومن يغفر الذنوب إلا الله ولم يصروا على ما فعلوا وهم يعلمون. Great ayats. The ayat 133 to 135 from the chapter number 3, Surah Al-Imran. The translation of these noble ayahs, and the Shaykh Mu'taymin, he's going to explain them, because this is one of the places in the Quran when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about the qualities of the people of Jannah, the descriptions of the people of Jannah. Because Jannah is not for anybody. There is some traits and some qualities that we have to find in ourselves. And while I'm reading to you this, every one of us should pay attention carefully. If me and you will find all of these qualities in us, alhamdulillah, we should thank Allah first. Tawfiq is from Him, and we should ask Him firmness until we die upon these qualities. But if you're like me, I know I'm negligent and I know my shortcomings, alhamdulillah, I'm not perfect, and I find that I'm struggling with certain qualities, then alhamdulillah, it's always, we still have the opportunity, alhamdulillah, to rectify and to make the change that we need to make, so that we can be from the people of Jannah. Okay? So you're with me? Bismillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, and hasten to forgiveness from your Lord, and a garden, which is paradise, as wide as the heavens and earth, prepared for who? For the pious. Allah didn't say prepared for the Arabs, non-Arabs, the rich, millionaires, billionaires, kings only. No, none of that is taken in consideration. You can be an Arab, non-Arab, a rich, poor, king, slave, man, woman, old, young. Be righteous. Be pious. That's what Allah says. Allah says the Jannah is prepared for the pious. Who are the pious? In this ayat here, Allah mentions some of their qualities, but then there is some other qualities that Allah mentioned in other places in the Quran, like in the beginning of Surah Al-Mu'minun. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ مَنْ هُمْ؟ هذا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. But let us stick with this one in Surah Al-Imran first. And hasten to forgiveness from your Lord, and a garden as wide as the heavens and earth, prepared for the pious, who spend in the cause of Allah during ease and hardship. That's the first quality. One of the first qualities of the people of Jannah, may Allah make us and you from them, Ameen, they spend for the sake of Allah, from that which Allah has given them, but they spend in a time of ease and time of hardship. Number 2, they restrain anger. They restrain their anger. And they pardon the people, those who wrong them. Shaykh is going to explain. And Allah loves the doers of good. And they are also the people of Jannah, the pious. They are those who, when they commit an immorality or wrong themselves by transgression, they remember Allah and seek forgiveness for their sins. And who can forgive sins except Allah? And they do not persist in what they have done while they know. Shaykh Al-Uthaymin said this is the description of the people of paradise. These ayat here that we should memorize, and we should try our best to learn the tafsir, read tafsir ibn Kathir, tafsir al-Tabari, tafsir al-Baghawi, tafsir al-Sa'di. For instance, these are the tafsir that are based on the understanding of the best of the people, the Sahaba, radwanullahi alayhim, and the Tabi'een, and Atba' al-Tabi'een. There's a lot of khair in them. We'll read, subhanAllah, these ayat, 133, 134, 135 of Surah Al-Imran. The first description, who remember the first description in this ayat of the people of Jannah? Before that one. Ahsant, the muttaqeen. He said, yes, أُعِدَّتْ لِمَاذا؟ لِمَنْ؟ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Now, the first description, they are pious. Allah يجعلنا وإياكم من المتقين. We ask Allah to make us and you from those who are pious and righteous. But see, keep in mind, asking Allah, that's a beautiful thing, because only Allah guides. But then we have to follow the means too. You ask Allah, but then we have to follow the means. Aina. Who are the pious? They are those who fear their Lord by placing a barrier between them and His punishment. How they do that? They know that the hellfire is true, is real. There are people going to end up in the hellfire and be burned. And we know how hot the fire in this life, not alone the fire of the hell. You can even take a hot shower. You'll be playing with the knobs, right? And you can even eat something, a slice of pizza that is hot, come from the oven, you let it sit, cool off. So the hellfire is serious. They protect themselves from the hellfire by what? By adhering to the commands of Allah to the best of their abilities, while hoping for His reward. And they abstain from the prohibitions out of obedience to Him and out of fear of His punishment. That is taqwa. أن تعمل بأوامر الله ترجو ثواب الله وتجتنب نواهي الله مخافة عقاب الله. هذه التقوى. Taqwa is not just a statement that we say, taqwa, taqillah, taqillah. And actually, taqillah is something that the Sahaba, they used to advise one another. Now people, they use this taqillah only when somebody is mad at somebody. إذا كان غضبان اتق الله يا أخي الله يهديك اتق الله هكذا ولا لا؟ ها؟ لما يغضب when somebody is mad at somebody they're like اتق الله استغفر الله استغفر الله too so it's استغفر الله أعوذ بالله لا يا أخي اتق الله. We're supposed to advise one another. When you see me, you say, Abu Muhammad, ittaqillah, and they should say, Jazakallah khair. Now if you go, you tell somebody, ittaqillah, what are you going to say to you? What did I do? I ain't doing nothing wrong. Tell me, ittaqillah. You ittaqillah. Ittaqillah. What did you see? I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm doing nothing wrong. Because the way we use it. See, it changed. We wait until somebody is like, I got a problem with him, taqillah, 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 and I'm turning away from him. No, he's supposed to be with a cheerful face. Something, you're having good time with a person, and then say to him, taqillah. And he should say, jazakallah khairan wa anta kadhalika taqillah. Didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu mada? Ittaqillah. Surah Al-Ahzab. You heard it yesterday in the Tarawih. Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu ittaqillah. Meaning what? Is that fi taqwa Allah? Because this ittaqillah, the ulama, they says has two meanings. Yes, if somebody said taqillah, meaning fear Allah and do good. But also for someone who's been known to do good, this ittaqillah, like in the Prophet ﷺ, is to increase in taqwa. Increase in taqwa. Okay? Now. So that's the taqwa. When we do good, when the commands of Allah reach us, we say, this is haqq. This is from Allah. It's good for me. Even the nafs. See, there is stages. Any command that Allah tells us in His book or on the tongue of His Messenger ﷺ, it came in the Sunnah, the attitude of the believer, the attitude of someone who wants the Jannah, he will say, هذا حق. Who ordered this? Allah. Who ordered it? The Messenger ﷺ. That's it. This is true. And this is good for me. No doubt. This has got to be good for me. But why some of us, even though we know that, and we don't do it, that's another level. Acting on everything we hear, tawfiq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It'll take some practice, take some striving, some changing, some struggle. You know. What is the second description? You mentioned it, Bassam. Ahsant. Those who spend at times of ease and at times of hardship. I know. They are those. These are the people of who? Descriptions of whose people? These are the descriptions of the people of what? Of Jannah, of paradise. I know. So we have to pay attention to these descriptions. Sometimes we pay description to a car. You want to buy a nice car, but you have some descriptions. That's what you want. What is it, for example? Something you want, a good car. What are you looking for? What are you asking? Turbo? Turbocharged? Why, you want to flee the scene? Good engine. Huh? It's good in gas, right? What else? Good tires? Is it reliable? No. Miles too, if it's not brand new. Is it reliable? How reliable this car? This car, what is the score of this car in the safety, whatever stuff? Do they have safety things for the cars? And then you go there and you know these things, and somebody tries to sell you another car for less description. Do you take it? I said, look, man, I'm here looking for these things. Yeah, this is good too. Not for me. Not for me. I know. Same thing we do with schools. You want to put your kids in school, you look for a good school. How you know a good school? From the painting? No. From the windows of the classrooms? No. You know what you're looking for. You should know what makes a good school, stands out from others. Now we're talking about the Jannah, ya ikhwan. There are descriptions of the people of Jannah. Number 2, they are those who spend at time of ease and at times of hardship. Shaykh Al-Uthaymeen, he says, meaning, rahimahullah, he says, they spend whatever they are commanded to spend, as it is required from them. Now, spending comes on different levels. Some spending that we do is obligatory upon us to do. It's not an option. Such, he says, including the obligatory almsgiving and charities, like zakat, for example. Somebody have a business, have some money, have animals, have this, have farm, have a business. Then this person should learn about the zakat. How much should I give? Because that's an obligation now. You don't just give anything, mashallah, that will do. What if it doesn't? You don't wash one arm and one ear and say it's enough for wudu. No, it's not enough. Right or wrong? If you see someone just wash his face and one foot, you say, what's that? Wudu. No, it's not complete. It's okay. Allah Ghafur Rahim. It's all right. One foot is better than nothing, right? It's not how it works, right? You can tell them, no, it doesn't work like that. You need to learn how to make wudu properly. Then another person is going to pray. We pray in Asr, 4 rak'ah. After the second rak'ah, he made taslim. And here you pray next to him. What do you say to him? What do you say to him? So you pray next to a person, behind Sa'id, is the Imam of the Masjid, and then one brother, he just, after 2 rak'at, makes taslim and began to say, Astaghfirullah, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah. The people are still praying and he's making istighfar. What do you say to him?
What happened? It's supposed to be 4.
So you talk to him, you say, hey, it's supposed to be 4.
No, you prayed after he finished.
You don't say nothing, just keep
Okay. Ahsant. That's a good answer. After Salat. After Salat, what do you say to him? Mubtadi'. That's what you said? You don't, brothers, if anybody wants to see Mubtadi', he's right here. You can't say that, man. Nah. You don't want to put anybody on the spot. You know why? Because I don't want to be in that position. Keep in mind that person, maybe he just knew Muslim. You never know. Maybe he just became Muslim, still don't know. Or maybe he's born in a Muslim country, but nobody taught him anything. This is the case. You think all the Muslims in Morocco and Egypt and Syria and Pakistan, they all pray and they know why they pray and how to pray? No. Many of them don't pray. Period. And then one day, somebody met him and said, listen, father Muslim, you're a Muslim. You're a Muslim, right? Yeah, of course I'm a Muslim. And then, come to the masjid. And then he came to the masjid, but they don't have no clue how to pray. I'm telling you a story. A brother from Palestine told me this story from Chicago. This was like over 20 years, at least 20 years. And he told me that he was in a masjid and he came late for Asr, way late. When he came to pray, he saw 3 young men, teenagers, maybe in their early 20s, maybe 19, 20, 21, 22. They were sitting, and then, I'm not going to say what country they're from, okay? He asked them, he said, did you pray Asr? They have some shyness. Look, they don't know, but they have shyness. He said to me, oh, no, we didn't pray. He said, come on, pray behind me. They said, okay. So he's leading them in a prayer. They stand. He said, when he get to the taslim, he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. They said to him, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. They don't know nothing. He said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. They say, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Then he said, Ya Akhwan, peace salam. Then they said, you know what, man? This is the first time we prayed. We never prayed before. He said, what are you doing in the masjid? So we just came from another state, and we have nowhere to go. We came to the masjid. But Allah was good for them. They came to the masjid. And then he says, we talk to them a little bit here and there. So if that person now, yes, after salat, you ask them, tell them, we prayed 4, but you make taslim after 2. There could be a couple answers. Number 1, he will say to you, I'm a traveler. Actually, I'm not from here. I'm just passing through. And the traveler in the sunnah pray 2. And that's true, right?
Sure.
Until now it's true. If you're a traveler, you pray Asr and Isha and Dhuhr 2 instead of 4. Any prayer that have 4 rak'at, you pray 2 instead. That's from the sunnah. You shorten taqsir salat. However, the ulama, they says that if you pray by yourself, then you can, while you're traveling, you can do that. Or if you pray behind an imam who is traveling, let's say there is 3 people are traveling, or 2 or more or less, and one of them lead the salat, and he pray Asr 2 rak'at, Dhuhr 2 rak'at, Isha 2 rak'at, all of them pray 2 rak'at. But if you are traveling, and you pray behind an imam that is muqim, you follow the imam. If you pray 4, you pray 4. Or he could say to you, don't make it a big deal. 2, 4 is all the same. You see? Make a big deal, man. Sometimes the person may make taslim after 2 and leave. Later on, you say, you pray with us and we prayed 4, you pray only 2 and left. He said, well, because I don't have time. I have time only for 2 rak'at. You see? People that sometimes you got to understand, we're not on the same level. Things happen to them, it could happen to us. What is upon us is just to be nice to those people, kind, and teach them. Tell them, look, this is the deen of Allah. So we learn first. Asr is 4, is always 4. It's 2 only when you're traveling. Then you can pray 2. Other than that, you're busy or not, we don't tamper with the deen of Allah. We don't. Okay? Same way. Tell them, you go to school. He said, yeah, I'm majoring, mashallah, in physics. All right. Tell him, okay, you have a session 4 hours. Can you just after 2 hours pack your stuff and leave? He's like, oh, no. Why? Because I have to be there. I'm going to miss a lot of things, man. Certain things that is going to happen in the other next 2 hours, I'm not going to be there, and it's going to be a problem. You know, it's the same thing. We don't just take it upon ourselves to do. We're just giving examples, okay? So here there is an obligation. Zakat. We need to learn for those brothers who they have business, and also if you have a job, any regular job, and you have some savings, any savings. We're not talking about hundreds of thousands, couple hundreds, 1,000 here and there. You still have to learn the rules of zakat. It's not the time to go with them, but I'm with you tonight. If somebody wants to, inshallah ta'ala, I don't mind, okay? Likewise, from the obligatory spending is what? Spending on whomever they are financially responsible for. taking care of your wife, children, that's wajib, that's an obligation. It's not an option. It's wajib, you have to take care of your family, make sure they have the needs. Likewise, if your parents need you, it becomes wajib upon you to take care of your parents. Therefore, you see the mistakes of some Muslims, some people. They're so nice to others and give a lot of charity here, helping, but their parents are, subhanAllah, they're in need. He neglects his own family, children and wife, but then everybody can say, well, it's a good brother, mashallah, he always help us. If you need any help, go to him. His wife is complaining about him. Parents complaining. No, we have to put our priorities in a place, in the right place. Take care of your parents first. Take care of your wife and children. Then you have some extra, take care of. You can now, alhamdulillah. The optionals does not come before the obligatory ibadallah. Same way. Can somebody fast Mondays and Thursdays all year? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Very good thing. Ramadan comes, he don't fast. Why you didn't fast, brother? I fast all Mondays and Thursdays. Is it okay?
No.
It's not okay. Then you tell him, okay, fasting Mondays and Thursdays, that's beautiful. But there is nothing wrong with you if you don't fast, not even one Monday a year. But Ramadan you have to fast. See, that's how sometimes we don't get things together. I know. So these people, they spend in times of ease, when little bit they have, they still give some. Because remember, ya akhwan, you don't have to be rich to spend and to take care of other people and help other people. You have little bit, but then look at somebody who doesn't have anything. SubhanAllah. You see? You, alhamdulillah, you have a job, pay the bills, mashallah, and you have some $100 here, 50, 200 a month you save it. There are people they don't. They have a job, but they're struggling. You help them out. You look for them. And by that, you're not doing them a favor. You're doing yourself a big favor, right or wrong? Huh? Because you're putting yourself with these people here, the people of Jannah. We don't just wait until the Imam of the Masjid make announcement. Brothers and sisters, we have this family. They are going through some hardship. The children didn't eat for 3 days. SubhanAllah. Family amongst us, children didn't eat for 3 days, and we're like still smiling. And now we have to be looking at other people. We're supposed to come to the Imam, for example, and say, look, I know maybe people come to you and talk to you, because some people are shy. Not everybody can come and tell you, give me. يَحْسَبُهُمُ الْجَاهِلُ أَغْنِيَاءَ مِنَ التَّعَفُّفِ. Certain people in the community, they very poor, and you think they're the one that are rich. Because you see them. They're the one that bring stuff, and they're the one that say, let's help, let's do. These are the people who should look for them. And like I said, you think, and I would think that I'm doing them a favor, right? But from this class, I'm doing myself a big favor. Because I'm trying to be from the people of Jannah. And may Allah make us the people of Jannah. Ameen. The third description, what? They are those who suppress their anger. Ahsant. Allah didn't say they are those who don't get angry. Because we're human. Some people are cool. MashaAllah, you can throw anything at them, say they do not get angry. That's a great ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you know, anger is a fatal disease. If we open a window right now, and the anger causes a lot of problems. Right or wrong? A lot of people, subhanAllah, they're in jail right now because what? I was angry one day. He's going to say, I was happy one day and shoot somebody? No, he was out of anger, he did something, now look, he's paying big time. Another example. Husband, wife, beautiful children. They used to be, subhanAllah, the example in the community. Everybody wants to be like them. 20 plus years of marriage and good. They divorce now. Fighting each other. Children suffering. Why? They made decision when they were right. Having fun? Angry. She said something when she was angry. She caught him on a bad day, like they say. Why you have a bad day? You're a Muslim. Every day is a beautiful day. Muslims should not have a bad day. How can you have a bad day and you're a Muslim? You can't say, as long as you're a Muslim and you're in the Sunnah, you're supposed to be the most joyful person on earth. Money or no money, health or no health. But that's may Allah get us to that level. Sometimes, man, somebody just like try to take your parking spot and that's it, forget about it. Ruin your day. He didn't even take the parking spot. If he took the parking spot, that's another talk for another time. I'm telling you, man. Step on somebody's shoes now, these days. Don't try it. And you see. Subhanallah. La, you be kind. So that's why Allah says, there are those who suppress their anger. These are those who control their anger when they are enraged. Somebody cut in front of you. Huh? What do? Chase him now? Forget that you were going to pick up your mother? Some people do that. He's going to pick his mother to take her grocery shopping. Just somebody yanked at him. No, he didn't. Follow him on 95 North. I thought you were going to pick your mother. No, I got to take care of this business first. He's more important. He's more important. So what make that person act like this? Anger. He's angry now. And he wants to quench his thirst. No. Somebody yank at you, smile. Teach him a lesson. And they may subhanAllah, they may see you another time. It happened. And say, look man, I was yelling at you and give you the finger and all that, and you smile? Who are you? I said, yeah, well, I'm not going to be like you. Alhamdulillah, Allah saved me from that. I used to be worse than you, man. Alhamdulillah, you didn't caught me on those old days. And that's it. Because look, when you pardon someone, when you be nice to someone, subhanAllah, that's going to help that person now. He's going to go to work in a good mood. He's going to come to his house and family and wife happy. But when you make someone angry and make somebody in a bad mood, he's going to bring that to work, right or wrong? He's going to bring that to home. You curse somebody and threaten somebody, now he's going to come home all enraged to his wife and slamming doors. La. Beauty of Islam. Someone who's mad and angry, is he going to be productive at work? No, it's going to take him some time to just calm down. It may lead to some other fights, because when some say, well, what are you? Why are you coming with this attitude? You too, you want some of it? And they start fighting. But if you pardon, like the Shaykh said, there are those who forgive the people as well. They forgive those who wrong them and transgress upon their rights. They do not seek revenge for themselves, even though they have the ability to do so. Wallahu yuhibbul muhsinin. See, these things are not easy, right or wrong. If somebody call you a name or curse you or yell at you or give you, usually it's not easy, right or wrong. You know what I'm talking about? You with me? You drive in, mashallah, and then somebody call you, especially with Muslims in America, if somebody calls and say, go back to your home. What do you say? After I do my groceries. That's it. Don't say, what are you talking about? Stop. Now you want? Yeah. Especially if you're in a car, he's in a car, he's passing you, say, hey, you go back, you're Muslim, go back home. That's it. Forget it. You're driving the other position. He's going east, you're going west. That's it. Why you want to make you turn for? What? Especially if your children are with you, your mother, and especially if the mother says, son, keep going. I'm going to show him who the man in here. Who the man looking for trouble? A real man don't look for trouble. You keep going. Sometimes this person comes and says, what are you doing? You're stupid. What was the best answer to that? If you, for example, you're driving and somebody says, you're stupid or what? What's the best answer? Say no. No, I'm not. That's it. And keep going. They mentioned that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, the great Khalifa Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, rahimahullah, he was the Khalifa of the Muslims. At that time, there was only one ruler. And he's making tawaf, and he has his people around him and this. And then, for whatever reason, he bumped to somebody, and the man don't know him. He said to him, "Are you blind?" Then the Umar ibn Ali says, "No, I'm not." And he kept going. The guards, they want to take care of the person. Umar ibn Ali said, "Leave him alone." Why you want to leave the man alone? They said, "You didn't hear what he said to you? Are you blind? How dare he talk to you like that?" He said, "You didn't hear what I said to him?" He asked me if I'm blind. I said, "No, I'm not." So what's the big deal? See, that's the problem. We just want to make it, we want to take it to another level. If somebody comes to you right now and say, "Are you blind, akhi?" Huh? What do you say? I'm not. We're human. It's normal to feel some way. But what is important is how we act the right way. أي نعم أحسنت كاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس هذه الآيات التي نحن بصددها. However, Shaykh Al-Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, forgiving the people is a good quality, no doubt. Especially the people that are close to you. You forgive your husband, forgive his wife. The wife does a lot of good things for her husband and for the children. One time she make a mistake, like she never did no good. She's the one that deserves more of forgiveness, right or wrong? You find one of us, he forgive all the ladies at work, at the cashier in Walmart and 7-Eleven. She make a big deal. She made a mistake. It's like, don't worry about it. It's okay. We Muslims, we forgive. We Muslims. His wife, no forgiveness? It's a big problem. That's a mistake. The same thing, the wife, she should learn to forgive her husband. This is the husband that work hard and take care of her and take care of the children and the family. She knows she didn't marry an angel. He's a human. He has his ups and downs. He's a nice, but he may not be nice another day. He may be in a bad mood, so she forgive him. Shaykh Al-Uthaymin rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, however, you forgive those that you already know, they're good people. Somebody that you know in general is a good person, decent person, and one day they wrong you. These people, don't bring them to account. Come over here. Forgive them, because they're usually nice people. And most of the time, those people, they don't even intend to harm you. It just happened, a mistake, a moment of weakness, and they say something to you that supposedly hurt your feeling. You let them go, because usually you know that they're good people. Shaykh Al-Maghribi says, however, if you know a person in the community, in society, is a troublemaker, as we say, constantly harming people, causing a lot of problems, you do not forgive such a person. Try to take your rights in accordance to the laws of Islam, not take your rights yourself. Or call 3 brothers and say, meet me over here. We're not gangsters, man. There's no gangsters in Islam. Call 3 brothers to take care of one person. No, we Muslims. We follow the rules and the regulations. Okay, we follow the rules and regulations. So if a person is troublemaker, report him to the authority. If he take your money, for example, destroy your property, you hired him to do some work and he didn't want to do the work, disappear on you, then this person you don't have. Forgive them. It's better not to forgive them. Why? Because if you forgive them, that's helping them upon evil. If you forgive them, I forgive them, you forgive them, you forgive them, you forgive them, then they're going to keep doing the same things. But we have to report them to the authority. They're the one that have to deal with them now. So once again, we're talking about the qualities of who? The people of Jannah. The first quality so far, who can repeat? Pious. May Allah make us from the muttaqin. These are the qualities for the people of Jannah. Number 2 is what? They spend from this ayat of Ali Imran. They spend for the sake of Allah, to please Allah, not out of showing off. Huh? You don't spend because people, you whatever you give it to please Allah. It's between you and between Allah. I know. But the spending, as we mentioned, it is that which is obligatory, and that's what is optional. Okay? And then the third one is what? They are those who control their anger. They suppress their anger. They don't act upon anger. Yes, they can get angry. Yeah, because you're a human being. You're really feeling it, but don't act upon it. What to do? Do something else. If you stand in, sit down. Go somewhere else. Then talk to the person later on. Especially if the person is very close to you. Okay, because you don't want to damage the relationship. Okay? Because a lot of people, they regret what they said. As one of the poets, Shu'ara, he says, جُرْحُ السِّنَانِ لَهُ الْتِئَامٌ لَكِنْ لَا يَبْرَى مَا جَرَحَ اللِّسَانِ. They say the wound caused by spears and blades, once they heal, people usually forget about them. But the wounds caused by the tongue, people never forget about them. Sometimes you may injure somebody, years go by, months. You will ask them, oh, I'm sorry for the injury. What injury? It was you? I don't know. Don't worry about it. But if you hurt somebody by the tongue, tell them something bad, they will remind you. 7 years later, you remember what you said to me? I never forget, man. I know. I know. The fifth description, they are those who, when they commit a fahisha or wrong themselves, they remember Allah, Allahu Akbar. This is very important for us to understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they are those, these are the description of the people of Jannah. When they commit a sin, they wrong themselves. So we human, when you see somebody committing a sin, you should have mercy upon them. Because we all make sins. We all wrong ourselves. We're not perfect. Right or wrong? So the same way I want somebody, if I'm doing something wrong, or if I talk in this way, or did this, I want the people to be nice and kind and say, look, we're all that type of person. We all have our ups and downs. As long as you recognize what you're doing is wrong, and turn to Allah. That's it. And just promise that you're not going to do it again. That's it. Because nobody's perfect, okay? Sometimes the way we deal with the people, we forget that I'm dealing with a human being. Father with his son, son with his father, mother with the daughter, daughter and a mother, husband and wife, partners in a job, friends, in a community like this. All of a sudden, when a person make one mistake, we're like after him. Dare you make that mistake? Why not? We're human. Of course, we should try our best not to transgress, not to harm anybody, not to commit sins, but we're human here. The Prophet ﷺ, he says, كُلُّ بَنِي آدَمَ خَطَّاءٌ وَخَيْرُ الْخَطَّائِينَ التَّوَّابُونَ. All of the children of Adam commit sins, but the best of them are those who they repent afterwards. We have a sound hadith Qudsi, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, the meaning of it, that Allah says, if you stop sinning, Allah will take you away and bring other people that will sin and ask for forgiveness, and Allah will forgive them. Because from the names of Allah is what? At-Tawwab, Al-Rahim, Al-Ghaffar, Al-Kareem. So we try our best not to wrong ourselves, not to commit sins. We should stay away from sins and disobedience. But remember, we're human. We're not on the same level. Some of us, they wrong themselves once a while. Some, they wrong themselves all the time. But this is good sign. Turn to Allah. You wrong somebody, don't wait until you see him next Friday to tell him, I'm sorry. He may die on Thursday. You wrong somebody on Friday, and you notice that afternoon that you did something wrong, turn to Allah first. Ya Rabbi, I'm so sorry. Forgive me, Allah. And make it easy for me, O Allah, to meet this brother that I harmed, so I can apologize to him. That's all you have to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Zumar, قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Say, O my servants, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a Kareem, ya ikhwan. He wants good for us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, say, O my servants. He didn't say, O sinners. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِي تَلَطُّفْ. ما قال قل للمسرفين على أنفسهم. لا. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا على أنفسهم. Tell my, O my servants who wrong themselves. They do a lot of sins. Never give up the hope of Allah. Never ever despair from the mercy of Allah, because Allah forgives all sins. If Allah forgives sins, some of us will never let go. Subhanallah. There are people like that. Allah says if you commit any sin, the major sin, shirk, and if a person says no more shirk, astaghfirullah, atubu ilayh, Allah will forgive them. Now you find a wife will never want to forgive her husband. And for nothing, for silly stuff. Silly things. Please, I'm sorry. No. Same thing. Husband, years he didn't forgive his wife for one mistake. She did all good things for him. He bought her all the gifts, took her so many places. Still, she reminded him, I didn't forgive you, by the way. Why don't you forgive? Why? It's not good for you. And they think like they're doing something good, right? They're like, oh, I still never forgive you. And probably I will never forgive you. And probably I die and I never forgive you. Why? Why you deprive yourself from the great deal? Forgiving is from the description of the people of Jannah. This is how the shaitan gets some of us on the corner he wants us to be in. You think when you don't forgive somebody, you're the man. I'm strong. I'll show them who I am. You bumping yourself from the path. Forgive the people. Yeah, but these people are going to say I'm weak. Let them say what they want to say. You want to make the strong position. You want to make the strong decision. They say something about you. Are the first one they're going to say something about? Prophet ﷺ, the best of mankind, we read ayahs, what they say about him, majnoon, sahir, kadab, kada, kada. Do what is right. You learn that forgiving is a good thing. That's from the qualities of the people of Jannah. I'm going to sit with myself while I'm drinking my coffee and say, well, I got a problem. It's not easy for me to forgive people. But in the same time, I want to be from the people of Jannah. And just sit by yourself. You don't have to go and talk to somebody and he yell at you or like hurt your feeling. Just by yourself and say, look, I got a problem. I'm not that person that forgive easy. But forgiving the people, subhanAllah, is good quality. Look at the price. The price is what? Price is Jannah. So keep your eyes on a prize. Paradise. That's how it is. Keep that slogan. Anything that has something to do with Jannah, then if I can do it easy, Allahu Akbar, thank Allah. But if I'm struggling to do it, then I should say, hey, I'm just that person that have to do it in the other way. That's it. Same way. Some people, they drive and make it in 5 minutes. Some people, they walk and make it in 50 minutes. So what's the problem? They both made it. As long as you make it. Some people don't make it easy for them. They catch a plane, 2 hours, they're in New York. Other people take them 16 hours, but they all made it. As long as you make it. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us to make it to Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasting and our standings. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from the people of Jannah, Ameen, and save us from being from the people of the hellfire. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Jazakumullahu khairan wa barakallahu feekum. We have a couple of questions here. First one says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Does i'tikaf has to be for one night or one day? Can we do it from Dhuhr to Maghrib? The ulama, they says, there is a partial i'tikaf and there is a complete i'tikaf. The complete i'tikaf is that you do all the last 10 nights. And it started yesterday, by the way, because last night was the first night from the last 10 nights. However, Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen and others, they said if someone is busy, very busy, has to go to work, has a business, yes, they can do partial i'tikaf. They can do one day, one night, and the like levels. If someone wants to do Salatul Tasbih, is it permitted or sahih? The ulama, they said from the Shaykh Fawzan, he said this Salatul Tasbih is not something that is authenticated, doesn't have authentic. And then there is so many other salawat that, alhamdulillah, it's clear for us to do, like Salat al-Duha, like the Sunan before and after the salawat, like Tahajjud, Taraweeh. That's enough, inshallah ta'ala. No. All right, it's almost time. Saeed?
There are some more questions from the sister side. They want to know if they can do at home or it has to be in the masjid.
I'tikaf? No, i'tikaf in the masjid. I'tikaf, the rule is in the masjid. But at home, yes, the best place for the woman is at home. Remember, the best place for a woman is her house. And for salat and for everything else. The woman, she get more reward praying at home than praying in the haram, where the Kaaba is with 100,000.
Is that right?
It is right, but hadith. The Prophet ﷺ, he gave permission to the women to attend the masjid in his time. But he says that the women praying in their homes is better for them praying with him in his masjid. The reward, it's all about getting great reward. It's permissible for the women to come to the masjid. We men, we should know. But if they want to stay and pray at the house, that's better for them in reward. Amen. أي نعم تتوضأ تصلي إذا كنت قائما تجلس إذا كنت جالسا تضطجع هذه كلها من الأمور وردت في السنة الحمد لله. I'm waiting for somebody to say it's time for us to sit in here. This brother can just be quiet for now. Huh? Now, you have a question about for tomorrow when I leave?
In regards to the fourth point of the ones, to pardon the ones that wrong you.
Yeah.
What if, like you said, you mentioned a point that if the person continues, if this person is continuing to cause mischief and cause trouble, how do you deal with that?
Wallahi, when we talk in general, but also when you look at if somebody is dealing with somebody, then that's something that's going to be looked at. Maybe, for example, talk to me about it on another time, Imam Sa'id, for example. Because, alhamdulillah, Islam is a beautiful religion that keep in mind the ties of kinship, but in the same time, la darara wa la dirar. We don't just neglect the people or those people that we can advise them, we advise them. But the people who are known to cause harm and they've been advised that they don't listen. You tell them, قال الله يا أخي, قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. Allah said, they don't care. Of course, these people, you're not going to go and fight them, but you report them to the authority to try to get your rights. Okay? But we advise them first, because not everybody who does something does it because they're bad people. We make mistakes here. So we have to give each other's a break. We give him a break. I said, look, man, I know you, you're my brother. I know you for years. Just now you're talking to me this way, alhamdulillah, you're still my brother. I have to talk to you about it, but we're still brothers, okay? Sometimes small things we become enemies. No, ya akhi, we're still brothers. That's why I'm talking to you. Because a brother is supposed to advise his brother, right? Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallah fikum. I think it's time. Jazakumullah khairan. Sallallahu sallam ala Muhammad. Ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam aslam kathira. I said it's time not to eat, huh? It's time to just sit. Inshallah. Barakallah. How you stop this?
هذه الشمس صبيحة النهار.